Joining me right now, editor and publisher of the Gartman Letter, Dennis Gartman. He's not as optimistic, along with Vision 4 Funds Vice President Heather Zumarraga. So I'm starting with my glass half full girl, Heather. Wow. I mean, Walmart, that's pretty incredible. And, you know, good news begets more good news. Where could this be heading?
It sure does. The CEO of Walmart, Doug McMillon, said that his customers have told him and other employees at Walmart they feel good about their own personal finances and the economy right now and the employment situation, especially at Walmart. So I think Walmart is a bigger story than just the stock alone. It's kind of a bellwether for middle Americans, consumer spending, and lower income American spending. It's not just one-sided. There are many in the media who say only the rich are benefiting from tax cuts and deregulation. That is simply not true, just as noted today in the case of Walmart, up almost 10% on the day. This is big news.
Yeah, I think it's huge news. I think it's great news. I love to see the market reaction like this, up 426 right now. Dennis, nonetheless, you've been warning and warning and warning. You're going to stick on that theme right here and warn us some more.
Well, when I walked in this morning at 1 o'clock to write my newsletter and saw the news, first of all, that the United States and China were actually going to begin talking with one another again, that David Malpass was going to be leading it, that Larry Kudlow was going to be involved, that clearly was a change in sentiment. There's no question, because I had been fearful that we were walking down a very slippery slope, and at least we have walked back away from that slippery slope, come back from the precipice. That helped. Then when you got the news on Walmart, which really was, as the young lady just previously had said, it's a bellwether. It's the barometer of middle class and lower class America feeling how much better they actually feel after the tax cuts have been put in their pocket and the unemployment rate has fallen. So you had, I think, two abundantly demonstrable pieces of bullish news. I came in my own, the only money that I manage is my own. It's a few millions of my own money. I walked in just marginally net short this morning, and the first thing as I was running around, I sent an order back to my fellow that takes care of this for me in my office to buy a little bit more stock and cover in some of the shorts, and we've been buying more during the day. The news today is demonstrably different than what we have seen in the past several months.
Wow,
the fact that we've walked
Dennis,
back from the precipice, I think, is important.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I mean, I think this is an important moment in time. So we just remember at 2:09 on this Thursday afternoon that Dennis Gartman is starting to feel a lot more positive about that. Yeah, I mean, you're buying this market. You're buying this market even at levels like this, 25,591, which says something in and of itself. Heather.
Yeah, even if we get some of these trade disputes resolved or China negotiations are back on the table, the market has another leg higher. I do think if you're if you're an investor on the sidelines waiting for a pullback, I think you might get another opportunity or two before year end, regardless of trade disputes. So this is a positive, but investors are buying on those dips, and today's a good example of that, up over 420 on the Dow.
What's it going to mean, Dennis, if he's able to do it? Right? If he pulls all this off and he really is able to create an environment that is more fair and that is more free, that we actually have free trade, where does that put us?
Give me free trade. I'm always fearful of the term fair trade, because fair trade is always a precursor to trade protection, to tariffs. Whenever I hear the word fair trade,
as ammunition. Those are his bullets right now. It's economic warfare to get what we need and want, which is a better environment for everyone.
Oh, Trish,
those countries too.
Under NAFTA, Mexico did well, we did well, Canada did well. The constant refrain that we have gotten a bad deal out of NAFTA just makes no sense to me.
Well,
we have
Dennis,
all
we did lose
done very well over the course of the past 20
jobs. They're down there now instead of here, and so I guess it's all relative, right? I mean, if you're the company, if you're the CEO, if you're the shareholder,
but wait a minute, wait a minute, Trish. Isn't the unemployment rate at 3.9%? We've lost manufacturing jobs. We've picked up jobs in other areas. That's what we do in the United States better than anybody. As I always
Dennis,
tell people,
I mean, that said, I'm as excited as anyone by these jobs numbers, but wages, they're not what they were. They're continuing to struggle.
Stagnant.
Yeah, they're pretty stagnant, and I wonder if that's somewhat attributable to some of the better paying manufacturing jobs going to places like Mexico and to Asia.
It's possible. I have my doubts. I grew up in Akron, Ohio, where every tire in the world was manufactured in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They've all gone elsewhere, but Akron has replaced all of those tire companies with other jobs in high-tech, petroleum, medicine. We do that in the United States. I think we'll be fine. How many times do we worry about how many telephone operators have we lost? Do we want to protect the telephone operators' jobs in the world? I think not.
All right. The Dow just touched session highs, up 400 and nearly 32 points, everyone.
Because of Dennis. Dennis is a bull, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 209, when Dennis Gartman turns bullish on this market, it's a good sign.